What are you looking at?
Yeah, you got nothing better to do? Staring at snails?
Oh, hello there. Sorry, I was staring at snails. Today we're going to be taking a look at Torin's Passage, published in 1995 by Sierra Online. It was recommended to me by Eric, the sneaky rogue who drew this logo complete with rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. As it says on the box here, it runs on Windows 95. So we could break out the old Windows 95 machine. Or we can just go to GOG.com. The game was directed by Al Lowe, the man behind the Leisure Suit Larry series.
What do you want? I'm busy.
But while Larry is infamous for its adult content, Torin's Passage is aimed at a younger audience. According to Lowe, the game's inspiration came after watching Mrs. Doubtfire with his daughter, and he set out to make a game that both kids and adults could enjoy in their own way. The game's slapstick humor and colourful, cartoony characters appeal to kids, but there's also some subtle adult humor and a dark underlying story behind it. In the opening cutscene, which only takes up a fraction of the screen, so let's make that a bit bigger, a couple are lying in bed while a dodgy-looking cloaked figure swaggers down a corridor and pours some deadly green stuff into some sort of incense burner. As far as I can tell, he enchants the green stuff into poisonous snakes that fly around and kill the couple while they sleep, but their baby is saved by the nursemaid who runs off into the night. She isn't killed by death dogs like in Willow though. Instead, she is wrongfully convicted of stealing the child and sentenced to have a restraining collar placed around her neck and banished to the lands below. Torin's Passage takes place on the planet Strata, an appropriate name for a world divided into several layers that go deeper and deeper into the planet's core. So let's meet our hero Torin in his dramatic entrance.
Torin, when are you gonna grow up? You pick up those tools from town like I told you? You get into town right now.
Yes, sir.
Torin's role as a simple farmhand is very similar to that of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars.
Take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up for dinner.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Now, come on, get to it.
Torin has a faithful companion called Boogle.
Boogle! Asleep again?
Extreme close-up!
Boogle can assume the form of various objects he comes in contact with, kinda like the T-1000 in T2, except he doesn't turn into any knives or stabbing weapons.
Boogle, can you be an axe?
Torin's peaceful life is shattered when his parents are turned into blocks of green jello and magically whisked away, and you can see by the look on his face that Torin is not very happy about this. Suddenly a mysterious cowled figure appears.
Who could have done this?
It must have been one powerful sorcerer. Or sorceress.
He mentions the name of Licentia, who was banished to the lands below, kinda like someone else we just saw. So Torin vows to find her and his parents, which means he spends the entire game asking everyone he meets if they've heard of her.
I'm trying to find a sorceress named Licentia. Could you help me?
Forget her!
I'm looking for an evil sorceress named Licentia. Have you seen her?
He nearly killed me!
I'm looking for a sorceress.
I ain't her.
One of the unique things about the game is the interface. Your inventory, for example, is kept in this well space where you can arrange items in any way you wish, which is totally pointless but fun, and also view them in close-up using this holographic projector. A really interesting feature is that you can scroll the screen beyond where you're standing to see what's coming up in front, above or below you, and even round in a circle. In the manual, there's a warning not to touch the About option in the Help menu. Well, what's the worst that can happen?
The emergency disrupt system is now activated.
If you right-click anywhere on the screen, Torrhen will magically teleport there. He's also extremely athletic, swinging from tree branches like Tarzan and diving through the air. The animation for all of his movements is brilliant and lends the character a great deal of life and personality. Whoops, forgot to mention that you can die in this game, which in the tradition of other Sierra games like King's Quest displays a comic message.
The croctopus may well combine the worst characteristics of both animals, but its skin makes an excellent laptop computer case.
The first few puzzles are of the fetch quest variety, meaning that to get someone to help you, you have to do something for them in return.
Help us turn over a new leaf.
Turn over a new leaf. Good one, Slim.
Thanks, Slime. High five. All right.
Once we've gained access to the crystal room and taken a supply of magic dust, we're on our way into the depths of the planet. The next land of Escarpa is ruled by King Rupert and his charming Queen Di.
Oh, how do you do, ma'am?
Alarmed, I'm sure.
Eh? What's that?
I said, charmed, I'm sure.
But who's that playing the piano? It's hard to tell, but I'm guessing it's one of the game developers, possibly one of these guys. To get to the next level, we have to collect a number of tiles, which are called funny names like Yet Another Tile, Infantile, and the tile formerly known as Cyan. Once all the tiles are placed in the correct pattern, a face comes to life.
Welcome, traveler. The sacred chamber that lies ahead contains an ancient phenocryst column.
What did you say?
Fortunately, the game has a handy journal that keeps a record of all the dialogue. Soon you meet the daughter of the king and queen of Escarpa called Lena, and once Torin rescues her, they immediately fall in love. I guess she has eyes for you.
Here's your locket. Oh, Boogle.
And thus begins a cheesy romantic scene where Lena nurses Torin's wounds. This is a good time to mention the music by renowned film composer Michel Legrand, who received a number of Academy Award nominations, including The Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Je te cacherai et je te garderai.
The relationship between Torin and Lena is unfortunately a very brief one, and soon after they meet, she returns back to Escarpa while Torin continues on his quest. I feel like this would have been the perfect opportunity for them to join forces and solve some puzzles together, but instead Torin makes his lonely way through the volcanic Asthenia, navigating through a couple lava mazes and jumping on stepping stones. Each time Torin reaches the next level, we're shown a cutscene developing more of the story surrounding the elusive Licentia. Her story is the most poignant as her banishment has warped her over the years into a bitter old crone, whose only purpose is revenge.
I have someone I'd like you to find.
Meanwhile, somewhere in Tenebris, Torin is out cold and Boogle turns into a sexy nurse to revive him the old-fashioned way. He also breaks the fourth wall and operates our inventory to swipe some wipes. Another example of this is soon after when Torin bumps into the help menu.
Oops. Can you get that?
The last location before Torin finally finds Licentia is a circus full of some weird and wacky characters.
Licentia, eh? Oh sure, I know her.
If we stand in front of the stage curtain, we can hear music playing from other Sierra games, such as the theme from Phantasmagoria and the love song Girl in the Tower from King's Quest VI. When Torin finally finds his parents, we see some other familiar characters have also been trapped in Jello, including Darth Vader and Yoda, Sailor Saturn from Sailor Moon, and Owlo himself. We even get to hear Owlo's voice in a secret message, but he told me not to tell anyone and just to say,
"Why, I got a personal message from Owlo at the end. Didn't you?"
In summary, Torin's Passage is really a joy to play, and Torin himself is a fun and entertaining character.
Uh-oh.
I did find some parts quite tedious and annoying though, like the whole volcanic level, and then there's the bloody bitter nuts.
Live on CD-ROM from beautiful cliffside Escarpa, it's the Bitter Nuts!
The most difficult puzzle I found was getting these singing Jawa creatures in the right order. This was supposed to be the first in a 5-game series, but unfortunately it was not to be. I wonder what worlds Torin would have discovered next.
I was your nanny.
Nanny?
Your real parents were the king and queen of the lands above.
What? But then I'm...
He-Man, the most powerful man in the
You're in my way!
Out of my way.
Move over!